Okay, this is my 1500 point Dark Engine army. It's a combined arms detachment. I have an Interrogator Chaplain in Terminator armour as my warlord, and my second HQ choice is a level 1 Librarian in Terminator armour and a Stormbolter. I have 5 Deathwing Knights in my elite choice. My first troops choice is 10 Tactical Marines with a Veteran Sergeant with Grav Pistol and Power Sword, and the squad's got a Grav Cannon and Grav Gun. And for my second troops choice, it's another 10 Tactical Marines. This time the Veteran Sergeant's got a Plasma Pistol, and the squad's got a Plasma Cannon and a Plasma Gun. For my first fast attacks choice, it's 6 Raving Wing Bikers with a Veteran Sergeant with Power Sword and Melter Bomb, and the squad's got 2 Melter Guns. I then have a Nephilim Jet Fighter and a Typhoon Land Speeder with Multi-Melter. And for my last choice, heavy support is Devastator Squad with 2 las cannons and 2 missile launchers. So this is the army I'm facing. It's 1500 points of Chaos Space Marines in a combined arms detachment. The HQ and Warlord is a level 2 Chaos Sorcerer who's called the Whispering King. Martin has 3 squads of Chaos Space Marines with a variety of plasma and melter in them, and 2 of those squads have got their own rhinos. For his heavy support, he's got a unit of Havocs with autocannons and a Chaos Predator with heavy bolters and autocannon. He's also got 2 Hellbrutes with multi-melters and a Helldrake with a Baleflamer. His psychic powers for his sorcerer are Warp Speed, Force, Smite and Endurance. And that is the army. So this is the battlefield we're fighting on. An old, ancient imperial city that's been long abandoned. We have objectives here in this ruined building. Another one in the open ground there. One on the shattered Imperial Eagle, one by the crater, one in the chapel over there next to the statue, and one just on the outside. So that's the battlefield. Let's roll for mission and deployment. So the mission we've rolled is Cleanse and Control, which is 3 objectives a turn, and we've gone for the diagonal deployment. Martin set up first, and he has a Chaos Marine squad in a Rhino there, the Hellbrute ready to go onto the Imperial Eagle. The Predator has got good line of sight over most of the board, and Chaos Havocs are in the ruin there. And over here we have the other Hellbrute and another squad of Chaos Marines inside the Rhino. And Martin has also infiltrated, using his Warlord trait, 1 squad of Chaos Marines with the level 2 Sorcerer into the... forgot the word. Crater there. And the Raptors are in the trees. And I've set up as much of my force in this little building over here. I've got 1 combat squad just on the outside, hopefully put some fire down, but I don't even think they're going to be there for long. I've got my Devastators, another combat squad. My Librarian has joined the 10-man tactical squad there. My Land Speeder and Raving Baggers are ready to hopefully scout round this flank. And my Deathwing Knights and Terminator Chaplain are in reserve, as is my Nephilim Jet Fighter and Martin's Helldrake. So, let's do some scout moves and see if we can seize initiative. So, as you might have guessed, I didn't seize initiative, so Martin took first turn. His Rhino here has moved this way and popped its smoke. The Hellbrute moved on to the Eagle, claiming that objective. The Predator remains still. The Raptors have headed over to my small combat squad, ready to shoot them. The big squad of Chaos Space Marines there and the Whispering King, the level 2 sorcerer, have moved further on in the crater. The Hellbrute moved through the chapel, and the Havoc stayed still up there. And this Rhino came back, claiming that objective, because Martin has secure objective 6, which is there, Ascendancy and Kingslayer. So on to Chaos Space Marine shooting. And by shooting I mean psychic phase.
You good rolled. Oh, you almost made it. And that's it for psychic powers.
Okay, and that's it for psychic powers. The Whispering King was able to cast Endurance on the Raptors, making them a bit tougher, but hopefully I'll still be able to kill them. So anyway, on to Chaos Marine shooting. Let's see how much damage he can do. Okay, the end of Martin's shooting phase. The Predator was able to kill one of my missile launchers in my Devastator squad, and pretty much everything else that could shoot was in range. Shot these guys and was able to kill 2 of them. But I made my panic test, so we haven't given away first blood. And both the Dreadnoughts ran a bit further, hoping to get into combat. Anyway, let's look at the objectives Martin has got. He secured objective 6 with the Rhino in the far corner. He couldn't get Kingslayer because my guy's not on the board. And he's got Ascendancy because he controls objective 1 with his Hellbrute, objective 6 with the Rhino, and objective 5 with the Chaos Marines over there. So Martin has got, here we go, 1 point for that, giving Martin 2 points for his first turn. So let's go on to turn 1 for the Dark Angels. So here we go, that's Dark Angel turn 1 movement. This combat squad has stayed put. Hopefully I'm going to put some shots into them. Devastator's stayed put. This small combat squad has moved around the building, put some more shots into the Raptors. My large tactical squad has moved forward, and I've put my Librarian hopefully towards the front, just to try and stop them dying to the Helldrake. The Raving Bankers have sped forward, getting within 6 of air, trying to blow it up, and the Land Speeders joined them. And that's my movement. I didn't get any particularly good objectives. I got Domination, which I'm probably going to get rid of, Blood and Guts, which I'm not going to get this turn, and no prisoners, so hopefully I might be able to destroy 2 units and get at least 1 point. So let's go on to psychic phase. So anyway, my psychic phase, I realised my Librarian was out of range of everything. And my shooting phase, well, these guys were out of range of things, so they ran a bit forward. These guys did nothing. Those guys killed 1 raptor. And those guys did nothing. And over here, with all my melt weapons, did nothing. The Rhino made all its cover saves, and so that was a really good first turn for the Dark Angels. Killed 1 man. Hopefully, going to get better next turn. I got no objectives, and now on to Chaos Space Marine turn 2.
Hang on, Vector Strike.
So, end of the Chaos Space Marine movement, turn 2. The Helldrake came in from reserve, and as you can see, the land speed is not there. It vector struck it and blew it up. The resulting explosion, 5 inches, did absolutely nothing to the toughness 5 Mark and Nurgle Chaos Space Marines there. The Hellbrute has stayed on Objective 1 because Martin drew that card. The Raptors have ran over the ground, ready to charge this combat squad. The Chaos Space Marines there and the Whispering King advanced a little bit, but mainly stayed in crater. The Predator turned round, ready to shoot the Land Speeder, but it's not going to need to do that. And the Havocs have stayed in the building, and the Chaos Rhino there, packed full of Chaos Space Marines, has just moved around the building. So, we're on to the Psychic phase. Let's see how much damage you can do. So, at the end of the Psychic phase, the Whispering King cast Endurance on his own squad. He miscast, but then he rolled Warp Surge, made his leadership test, so now he's uber hard, but at least he's all the way over there. And I ain't going to fight him yet. On to the shooting phase. So that's the end of the Chaos Space Marine shooting turn 2. This Chaos Space Marine squad, and the Rhino, and the Hellbrute there, fired at Ravering, but due to some good jinking saves, we're only able to kill one. The Helldrake, as you can see, barbecued the Devastator squad up there. The Raptors fired at the combat squad, but I made a cover save, so I survived. This Chaos Marine squad shot over here at the combat squad in there and did no damage. The Havocs shot at the Raving Bikers and did no damage. And the Predator shot at the 5-man combat squad in the building and did no damage. And over here, the Hellbrute is remaining in the chapel, ready to ambush some Deafening Knights when they turn up. And the Chaos Space Marine Rhino went flat out, moving close to my table edge. Anyway, onto the assault phase. Okay, so at the end of the assault phase, as you can see, one of the Raptors is dead, and none of my Dark Angels are. My Dark Angels are making up for their terrible shooting by actually being pretty good in combat. Martin's discarded Psychological Warfare, but he did secure Objective 1 with his Hellbrute on the Shattered Eagle. That gives Martin another victory point, as well as First Blood for killing my poor Land Speeder. So, we're on to Dark Angel turn 2. Let's see if I can turn this around a bit. The end of the Dark Angel movement turn 2. My Raving Bikers have ignored the Chaos Space Marines, and I'm going to try and kill the Rhino. Not very glamorous, but it'll get me a point for no prisoners. And I'm snap shooting anyway, so there's a chance. And I drew behind enemy lines, so hopefully they're going to get me 2 victory points this turn. Round here, I've pretty much stayed still. My Librarian has moved through the squad again, just putting himself between the squad and their Helldrake in case it gets burned. Try and tank some saves. This 5-man squad stayed put, just going to do some snap shooting at that guy, and they're locked in combat. My Nephilim Jet Fighter came on, and hopefully might be able to destroy that. And my Deafening Knights are still waiting to enter the battle. Anyway, let's go into the Psychic phase and see if I can do something. The end of the Dark Angel's Psychic and Shooting phase, my Psychic powers didn't even get cast, because my Librarian's useless. My Nephilim came on, didn't do any damage to the Helldrake, but it did cause it to jink, so at least it's not going to be able to burn me next turn. The 5-man combat squad there tried to shoot the Helldrake and didn't do anything. Over here, my Raving Bikers managed to immobilise the Rhino, and my 10-man squad in there, using the Librarian's Auspex, reducing the Chaos Space Marine cover save, were able to grav gun 5 of these Chaos Space Marines to death. So, onto the assault phase. End of the Dark Angel assault phase. My Raving Bikers were able to glance the Rhino to death. And over here, My mighty combat squad were able to bring down another raptor. I have claimed no prisoners for destroying the rhino. And behind him lines with my bikes and blood and guts for killing a unit in combat. So those wavering bikers have scored me 3 victory points this turn. Yay! Anyway, let's go on to Chaos Space Marine turn 3. So that's movement phase completed for Chaos Space Marine turn 3. The Helldrake flew over my Nephilim. Vex struck it but did no damage. The Chaos Space Marine Rhino that was over there has headed over onto the crater to claim that objective. The Chaos Space Marine squad and the Whispering King, the Sorcerer, are advancing to the forest, and I'm guessing heading over here to the bulk of my army. This Chaos Space Marine squad has turned round, ready to shoot the Death Ring, the Raven Ring, and the Hellbrute has moved down, ready to shoot and charge him. The Predator has stayed put, guessing going to put more shots on the Raven Ring, and over in the temple, the Hellbrute went backwards to claim Objective 4, which was one of Martin's objectives, and the Havocs have stayed on the building. Anyway, let's go on to Psychic Phase. So that's the end of the shooting phase and psychic phase for the Chaos Space Marine turn 3. The Whispering King was able to cast Endurance on his squad, giving them feel no pain. In the movement phase, this Rhino attempted a turbo boost but mobilised itself. The Hellbrute, the Predator, this Chaos Marine squad, and the Havocs all shot at the Raving Bikers and killed 2 of them. And the Hellbrute over there attempted to shoot the Nephilim but didn't hit. And the Chaos Space Marine squad and the Whispering King shot at the 5-man combat squad unit over here and killed 1 of them. End of the Chaos Space Marine assault phase turn 3. This squad were able to wipe out the Ravenwing Bikers, but they did lose 1 man in return, and my brave guys there were able to kill the Raptors. Martin was able to claim Objective 4 with his Dreadnought over in the chapel. And now it's on to Dark Angel turn 3. So that's the end of the Dark Angel movement turn 3. My Nephilim has turned and came over here. Hopefully going to destroy the Predator. My big tactical squad has just shuffled around a bit. I've moved my Librarian to the front again, just in case that Helldrake comes on. And my Grav Cannon has stayed put, and I'm going to try and get some long shots off of the Hellbrute over there. This tactical squad has stayed put. I'm going to try and land my Plasma Cannon into the Whispering King squad over there. And my 5-man combat squad here is just going to really stay here. Nothing much for them to do. I drew overwhelming firepower, so I have to destroy something and hold the line, but none of these squads are going to be able to get back into my deployment zone, so that's not going to happen. And I got a secret Dark Angel on, which is unlikely to happen as well. So anyway, let's go on to Psychic Phase and Shooting Phase. The end of the Dark Angel Psychic Phase, my Librarian cast Trephination on one of the Chaos Space Marines in this squad. I hit, and Martin rolled 4, so that did nothing. I, however, miscast. I rolled a 1. I did make a leadership test, but I suffered a wound. So my Librarian continues to be useless. Anyway, let's do some shooting, see if we can do something. End of Dark Angel shooting phase. This squad fired at the Chaos Space Marines over here. My Plasma Cannon scattered, only hitting 1, but he made his cover save. And my bolt guns were unable to get past there, feel no pain. My big squad over here fired the Grav Cannon and immobilised the Hellbrute. My Nephilim opened fire with its Avenger ball cannon and its heavy bolters, and shook the Predator. And my 5-man combat squad over here were able to glance the Hellbrute with a plasma gun, taking it down to 1 hull point. But I was unable to get overwhelming firepower for my objective or hold the line, and I'm going to discard hold the line. Okay, so we're back at the end of the Chaos Space Marine movement turn 4. The Helldrake came back on board, vector struck my Nephilim and again did no damage, but it looks as if it could be goodbye to some Space Marines over here. The remaining members of this Chaos Space Marine squad have moved over here, heading towards Objective 1. The Predator reversed, getting close to Objective 6. I'm guessing it's going to go flat out to claim it, because that's one of Martin's objectives. The Hellbrute in the temple moved forward 2 inches, and the Whispering King and his Chaos Space Marines are continuing to move through the wood, heading towards the bulk of my forces. Let's go on to Psychic Phase and see how much damage you can do. That's the end of the Chaos Space Marine Psychic Phase and shooting. In the Psychic Phase, the Whispering King was able to use Smite and kill one of the squad over here, and cast Endurance on himself. In the shooting phase, the Helldrake torched the remaining members of the 5-man combat squad here. This squad shot at this combat squad over here and killed 2 members. Over here, this Chaos Space Marine squad were able to stun the Nephilim, and all the other units this side that could shot it, but I was able to jink them, and the Predator went flat out to claim Objective 6. And Martin has got secure Objective 6 for this turn. Anyway, let's go on to Dark Angel, turn 4. And that's the end of Dark Angel movement turn 4. This tactical squad has moved through the building again. I'm going to try and grab that to death, hopefully. My last surviving guy down here moved into the cover of the tank traps. My Nephilim flew off the board as I had to, and as you can see, there's no Deafening Knights anywhere, because I tried to land in this nice open space here, and I scattered 9 inches off the board and they went into ongoing reserve. So my close combat unit will be landing on turn 5. I do not think we're going to be doing anything, much like the rest of my Dark Angel army. Anyway, let's do some Psychic Phase and some shooting and see if we can kill something. So that's the end of Dark Angel shooting turn 4. This squad of 10 tactical marines with grav gun, grav cannon and grav pistol shot at the Helldrake and did nothing. And my other remaining squad of 1 tactical marine over there shot at this squad and did nothing. And that's my turn. Yay! On to Chaos Space Marine turn 5. At the end of Chaos Space Marine movement turn 5, the Predator has moved close to the action, the Havocs have stayed still, and the Hellbrute has stayed in the ruins of the temple. The Whispering King and his squad have continued to advance through the woods. Going to put some fire onto the squad here. This squad of Chaos Space Marines turned round and is headed in the same direction, and the Helldrake has gone into hover mode and is going to kill this squad, leaving me with nothing by next turn, I think. Anyway, let's do some Psychic Phase and some shooting. So, the end of an abysmal shooting phase for the Dark Angels there. Everything they could fire in the Chaos Space Marine army shot at my squad of 10 men here and my Librarian, and I have 2 guys who are running away there. And my lone guy who's over there got Psychic Shriek to death. But Martin was unable to get any objectives, so I've got him on my back foot now. Anyway, let's go on to turn 5 and see if the Deathwing Knights finally make an appearance. So, Dark Angel turn 5. The Deathwing Knights have decided to turn up, and I've landed just near the shattered Imperial Eagle. My Nephilim has came back on board, and he's going to attempt to shoot this squad of Chaos Space Marines. My squad here has rallied automatically thanks to Facial No Fear, and they're going to attempt to bring that down. And my Terminator Chaplain is going to attempt to stormbolt to the back of the Dreadnought and kill that. Because if I manage to do all that, I might get D3 points for overwhelming firepower. Let's go and see if we can do it. Well, the end of the Dark Angel shooting turn 5, the Nephilim opened up everything at the Chaos Space Marine squad, and the champion survived. These two guys were able to immobilise the Helldrake, and my Terminator Chaplain was able to glance the last hull point off the Hellbrute, and then I ran just a little bit closer to the Chaos Space Marines. So I've managed to claim overwhelming firepower. Now let's see if the game goes on to turn 6. And at the end of the Chaos Space Marine movement turn 6, the Whispering King and his squad have moved close to the Deathwing Knights, ready to pepper them with some fire. The last surviving guy of this squad has moved closer, ready to lend his plasma pistol in the shooting. And this squad of Chaos Space Marines has disembarked from Rhino and is going to try and bring down the Nephilim. And everything else has pretty much stayed in place. Let's go on to the shooting phase and psychic phase. So that's the end of the Chaos Space Marine shooting and psychic phase turn 6. As you can see, I've lost 3 of my Deathwing Knights, but it took pretty much everything the Chaos Space Marines could shoot at them, apart from the squad over there and the Hellbrute who attempted to bring the Nephilim down. Caused it to jink, but didn't do any damage. Martin tried to assault with this lone guy, but he didn't make it. So let's go on to Dark Angel turn 6. That's the end of the Dark Angel movement turn 6. The Deathwing Knights have moved closer to the Whispering King's squad, and I've made sure to put one of my normal Deathwing Knights in front, just in case somebody dies to Overwatch. The Nephilim didn't really have many other options. I've just moved over here and I'm going to try and kill that guy out of spite. And round here, the remaining members of this squad have moved forward, and I'm going to try and put some shots into this squad before the Deathwing Knights charge. So let's do some shooting and see what happens. That's the end of the shooting phase. The Terminator Chaplain was unable to kill any of the shooting, but my last remaining tactical marines over here were able to bring 3 down, and my Nephilim was unable to kill the last Chaos Space Marine over here. So into the assault phase, the Deathwing Knights are going to be charging the Chaos Space Marines here. So that's the end of the Dark Angel assault phase turn 6, and as you can see, there's no Chaos Space Marines left or Whispering King. There were no match for the Deathwing Knights and Chaplain in combat, so my guys have tried to head over to Objective 1 in consolidation but didn't get there. Now let's see if the game continues. First of all, I was able to claim Hungry for Glory by declaring a challenge, and I got Slaver Warlord for killing the Whispering King. So on to turn 7, and the Chaos Space Marines have advanced as fast as they can to get some shooting onto the Deathwing Knights. Let's see if we can bring them down. The end of Chaos Space Marine shooting turn 7, one of the knights was brought down by the fire from the Havocs and the Predator, and my Nephilim was destroyed by a fluky plasma pistol shot from this guy. Martin was able to get Secure the Skies. And at the end of Dark Angel movement turn 7, this squad has moved ready to claim objective 3, and my Terminator Chaplain and the last man in Death Ring have moved ready to try and claim objective 1, because I drew Supremacy, and although Martin has a lot more models on board, he only has one unit holding an objective. So if I'm able to claim that one, I get D3, and I get 1 point for holding objective 1. So let's do some run moves and see if we can get these points. So at the end of the turn, I was able to make the run moves. My Terminator Chaplain was able to secure objective 1, and these guys were able to run and secure objective 3. And I got 2 victory points for Supremacy and 1 victory point for secure objective 1. And that's the end of the game, so we're going to count all the points and see who won. So that's the end of the game, and the victory points are 8 points to the Chaos Space Marines and 9 points to the Dark Angels, due mainly to a very lucky last turn where I was able to get 3 victory points. But there's not many Dark Angels left at all, only 4 models, and I can just imagine that the Interrogator Chaplain sacrificed his whole force just so he could capture the Whispering King. The cold-hearted. So, thanks for watching. Please leave a comment and like if you like.